regarding the special prayers that we need to say on this day, we mentioned Hallel, based on what the Talmud states, as well as, for instance, Rabbi Bar-Hayim Gaon in the Shiltot, the earliest post-Talmudic halachic work that we have, from about 1300 years ago. He makes it very clear that Hallel is to be said on such an occasion. Hallel is to be said, therefore, on Yom Tekumat Yisrael, but only during the day, not at night. Some say it is at night as well. This is a mistake. Hallel is only to be said during the day. It can be said all day, although it's usually said in the morning, and it should be said with a bracha, with a blessing. In addition, Al HaNisim should be said. This will not be found in many Siddurim, that's true, but we here in Machon Shilo published some years ago a birkon, that is to say, a small printed version of the Grace After Meals, Birkat HaMazon, which includes an Al HaNisim prayer both for Yom Tekumat Yisrael, in other words, Yom HaAtzmaut, and Yom Shichrur Yerushalayim, which is Yom Yerushalayim, on the 28th of Iyar. That also should be said both in Tefillah, in the Shmoneh Esrei, and also in Birkat HaMazon, in Grace After Meals. There's also a third bracha, which should be said at night, or although it can also be said during the day, it should be said only once, and that is the bracha She'asa Nisim La'avotenu, the same bracha that we recite on Hanukkah and Purim. In general, it's important to understand that the halachic model for our halachic conduct on these days of Yom Tekumat Yisrael and Yom Shichrur Yerushalayim, the 5th of Iyar and the 28th of Iyar, the halachic model and basis for our conduct on these days is the halachic formula that we find regarding Hanukkah specifically, which was also a similar historic and watershed event which was served as a great salvation and redemption of the Jewish people, both at that time and for all history. And that is the basis on which we can discover the halachic parameters of what it is correct and required to say on these days.
Thank you, Rabbi Bar-Hayim. We would like to encourage our viewers to share these videos with friends and send in your responses. We would also like to suggest the following opportunity to our viewers. If you identify with Rabbi Bar-Hayim's message and would like to sponsor or dedicate a video interview with the rabbi in honor or memory of a loved one, if you would like to obtain Birkon Nusach Eretz Yisrael or invite the rabbi for a speaking engagement, please email us at office@machonshilo.org. If you are inspired by Rabbi Bar-Hayim's message and would like to get involved in Torah Eretz Yisrael activities in your local area, please fill out the relevant form by going to the link which appears on the screen.